Leon Hale received a message from a dead woman. 3 years ago, his partner, Elena Cross, died in an explosion meant for him. He watched her funeral. He buried the guilt. He moved on. But last night, she sent him coordinates to an abandoned subway station, with one sentence that shattered his reality. "They lied to you, Leon, about everything. Come alone, or more people die." Now Leon's standing in the dark, waiting for a ghost. And the crew that saved the city with him? They're about to discover the heist they pulled was never about the truth. It was about waking up something far more dangerous. This is the story of how the past refuses to stay buried. 2 weeks after Victoria Lang's arrest, the crew thought they'd finally earned peace. Cairo was healing, slowly but alive. Mara had disappeared into the shadows, doing what she does best. Jax was planning to leave the country. And Leon? Leon was staring at a phone screen, watching a video that shouldn't exist. The timestamp read, 12:47 a.m. today. The sender, Elena Cross. His hands shook as he pressed play. The video was grainy, shot in low light, but the face was unmistakable. Elena, older, scarred, alive. She spoke in the voice that haunted his dreams. "Leon, if you're seeing this, it means they finally made their move. Everything you thought you knew, the vault, the conspiracy, Victoria, it's all connected to me, to what we discovered 3 years ago. Meet me at Junction 7, midnight. Come alone. They're watching your crew. Trust no one." Leon sat frozen. His partner, his friend, the woman he'd mourned for 3 years, was alive. And she'd been hiding from him the entire time. The trap or the truth? Leon knew this could be a trap. Victoria could have faked the video. The government could be using Elena's face to lure him out. But there was something in her eyes. That same fire, that same desperation he'd seen the night before the explosion. The night she told him they'd uncovered something massive. Something that made the Sovereign Vault look like a practice run. Leon grabbed his jacket. He didn't tell the crew. He didn't call for backup, because if Elena was alive, then everyone he trusted might be part of the lie. Junction 7, the abandoned station. Midnight. The old subway tunnels smelled like rust and forgotten time. Water dripped from cracked ceilings, rats scattered in the shadows. Leon descended the broken escalator, hand hovering near the concealed blade in his coat. At the bottom, a single light flickered, and beneath it, Elena Cross. She looked exactly like the woman he remembered, except for the scar running down her left cheek and the cold military precision in the way she stood. Leon's voice cracked. "How?" Elena smiled, sad, broken, and full of regret. "The explosion was real, Leon, but I survived. Barely. And when I woke up in that hospital, I realized something. The people hunting us weren't trying to kill me. They were trying to recruit me. The revelation. Project Nightwatch." Elena stepped closer. 3 years ago, we stumbled onto Project Nightwatch, a Black Ops initiative designed to control global infrastructure, power grids, water supplies, financial systems, everything. The Sovereign Vault? That was just one piece. Victoria Lang? She was middle management. Leon's blood ran cold. Then who's at the top? Elena's eyes darkened. "The same people who faked my death. The same people who framed you 2 years ago. They're called the Directorate. 12 individuals, no faces, no names, just power." She pulled out a tablet, showing him classified files, schematics, code names, locations. They've been building this for a decade, and now it's almost complete. In 6 days, they activate Nightwatch. Every critical system on the planet will be under their control. Governments, militias, corporations, all of them. Puppets. Leon stared at the screen. His heist hadn't stopped anything. It had been a test, a way to see if anyone could breach their systems, and Leon had shown them exactly how. The impossible choice. Leon's voice turned to ice. "Why didn't you come to me sooner?" Elena looked away. "Because I was working for them, Leon. For 2 years, I fed them intel. I helped them build Nightwatch. I became the thing we swore to destroy." Silence. Heavy. Suffocating. Leon's hand moved toward his blade. Elena didn't flinch. I don't expect forgiveness, she said quietly. But I'm here now, and I know how to stop them. But I can't do it alone. Leon stared at the woman he once trusted more than anyone. Now she was a traitor, a liar, a ghost wearing the face of his greatest regret. But she was also the only person who knew how to kill Project Nightwatch. Leon exhaled slowly. What do you need? The crew reacts. Leon returned to the safe house at 3 a.m. He told them everything. Cairo sat up, wincing through the pain. So, your dead partner is alive, worked for the bad guys, and now wants our help to stop a global takeover? Leon nodded. Mara's eyes narrowed. And you believe her? Leon hesitated. I don't know. Jack slammed his fist on the table. This is insane. We barely survived Victoria. Now you want us to fight an entire shadow organization? Leon looked at each of them. I'm not asking you to fight. I'm asking you to walk away. This isn't your war. Cairo laughed, weak, bitter, but genuine. You saved my life, boss. Twice. I'm not walking away. Mara twirled her blade. I don't trust her, but I trust you. So I'm in. Jack shook his head, grinning despite himself. You're all insane. Lucky for you. So am I. Leon felt something he hadn't felt in years. Hope. The plan. 6 days to stop the world from ending. Elena's plan was brutal and direct. Project Nightwatch operated from a central hub, a fortress built into the side of a mountain in the Swiss Alps. No roads in, no air access. Guarded by private military contractors. Protected by biometric locks that required directorate-level clearance. Elena had the clearance, but she couldn't go in alone. They needed to infiltrate during the activation ceremony. 6 days from now, 12 directorate members would be present. It was the only time the system would be vulnerable. One shot, one chance, fail, and the world falls. Training montage, preparing for war, 5 days left. Elena trained them like soldiers. Mara learned close quarters combat, Elena's specialty. Jax practiced precision driving on ice and snow. Cairo studied the Nightwatch code, looking for weaknesses. And Leon learned to trust a ghost. Every night he and Elena stayed up late reviewing plans. She told him about the 2 years she spent undercover, the things she'd done, the people she'd hurt. Leon listened without judgment, because he understood. Sometimes survival means becoming the monster, but redemption? Redemption means fighting your way back. The betrayal, again. 4 days left. Cairo uncovered something in the Nightwatch files, a secondary activation code. Hidden, encrypted, accessible only to one person, Elena Cross. Cairo's voice was quiet when he told Leon, she can activate Nightwatch remotely, without the directorate. Leon's stomach dropped. What are you saying? Cairo looked him dead in the eyes. I'm saying she doesn't need us to stop Nightwatch. She needs us to help her take it. The confrontation. Part 2. Leon found Elena on the rooftop, staring at the city lights. He didn't draw his weapon. He just asked the question. Are you planning to take control of Nightwatch? Elena didn't turn around. For a long moment, she said nothing. Then, finally, yes. Leon's fists clenched. Why? Elena turned to face him, tears streaming down her scarred face. Because destroying it won't stop them, Leon. The directorate will just rebuild. But if we control it, we can dismantle them from the inside. We can protect people. We can... Leon cut her off. We can become exactly what we're fighting. Elena's voice broke. I know it's wrong, but it's the only way. Leon stared at her. This woman he'd mourned, trusted, and now couldn't recognize. Then I can't help you. Elena's face hardened. Then you're a fool! She pulled a gun, not aimed at Leon, aimed at the door behind him, where Mara, Jax, and Cairo stood listening. I'm sorry, Leon, but I'm not asking for permission anymore. The standoff. Mara's blade was already in her hand. Jax stepped forward, ready to charge. Cairo, still weak, raised his laptop like a shield. And Leon stood between them. Elena, don't do this. Elena's hand trembled. I have to. For all of us. Leon took a step closer. You taught me something 3 years ago. You said, power doesn't corrupt. It reveals. You were right, and right now, you're revealing that you've already lost yourself. Elena's eyes filled with anguish. Then help me find my way back! Leon held out his hand. Put down the gun! We'll find another way! Together! For a moment, time stopped. Elena looked at Leon's outstretched hand, at the crew behind him, at the choice between vengeance and redemption. She lowered the gun and collapsed into Leon's arms, sobbing. I'm sorry! I'm so sorry! Leon held her. I know. The new plan. 3 days left. The crew sat in a circle. Elena explained everything. Yes, she could take control of Nightwatch, but there was another option, a virus Cairo could write. One that would destroy Nightwatch permanently, not just shut it down, but erase its infrastructure so completely it could never be rebuilt. But it required physical access to the central server during the activation ceremony. With all 12 Directorate members watching, it was suicide. Mara smiled. So, a normal Tuesday for us? Jax laughed. Cairo cracked his knuckles. Let's crash their party. Leon looked at Elena. Last chance! Are you with us? For real this time. Elena met his eyes. Until the end. The final heist begins. Day 0. The Swiss Alps. The fortress loomed like a tomb carved into stone. Elena used her clearance to get them inside. Mara disguised as a server, Jax as a contractor, Cairo as Elena's assistant, Leon as a shadow. At 8 p.m., the activation ceremony began. 12 figures in masks entered the hall. The Directorate, faceless, nameless, untouchable. Until tonight, the twist. Cairo reached the server room, began uploading the virus. 90% complete, 95%, 98%. And then the lights went out. A voice echoed through the speakers. Cold, familiar, impossible. Hello, Leon. It was Rowan, the man who'd framed Leon, the man who'd started this entire nightmare. The man Leon thought he'd left bleeding in the Sovereign Vault. He was alive, and he was sitting on the Directorate throne. Did you really think a bullet could kill me? Did you think Victoria acted alone? I've been 10 steps ahead of you since the beginning. And now, you've walked right into my endgame. Leon's blood turned to ice. Rowan continued. Nightwatch activates in 60 seconds, and when it does, the world becomes mine. Thanks for the help, Leon. The countdown began. 60, 59, 58. Cairo screamed through the comms. The virus won't finish uploading in time! Mara fought off guards flooding the server room. Jax rammed through security doors, buying seconds they didn't have. Elena looked at Leon, desperation in her eyes. There's one way, a manual override, but whoever does it won't make it out. Leon stared at the countdown. 45, 44, 43. At his crew, broken, loyal, willing to die. At Elena, the ghost who came back. At the choice every hero eventually faces, save the world or save yourself. Leon made his decision. He ran toward the core, and the screen went black. Next time on the Heist Series. Someone makes the ultimate sacrifice. The Directorate falls, and Leon Hale faces a truth more devastating than any betrayal. Some victories cost everything.